For centuries, humans have looked up at the stars and dreamed of exploring the cosmos. It's beautiful, it's terrifying, and above all, it's weird. Space is not just an adventure. It's a brutal, unforgiving environment that changes the human body in ways we are only beginning to understand. About 62 miles above the Earth's surface, it gets dark. Once you leave the atmosphere, the light from the sun no longer scatters around you. Once you leave the Earth's pull, you will feel it. Your body slowly feels less and less heavy. You were never meant to be here. Your body, a delicate machine. Every pulse, every breath, designed for Earth. The moment an astronaut enters microgravity, their body begins to change. Without Earth's pull keeping everything in place, bodily fluids start shifting. Blood and water that would normally settle in the legs are redistributed, swelling the face and making astronauts look puffy. Many report a constant stuffy nose and headaches in their first few days. There's also a surprising change in height. Astronauts grow taller in space. With gravity no longer compressing the spine, vertebrae expand, adding up to 2 inches in height. But this isn't as great as it sounds. Without gravity pulling everything down, muscles start to weaken almost immediately. The body, no longer needing to support its weight, begins shedding muscle mass, particularly in the legs and back. To counteract this, astronauts exercise for at least 2 hours a day, using special resistance machines. If they didn't, they'd return to Earth unable to walk. But even with constant training, muscle loss is unavoidable. The same goes for bones. On Earth, our bones stay strong because of constant pressure and resistance. In space, without that pressure, astronauts lose 1 to 2% of their bone density every month. Over time, bones become more fragile, making fractures a serious risk. On Earth, our atmosphere shields us from harmful cosmic rays. But in space, astronauts are exposed to 10 times more radiation. You close your eyes and a flash of light erupts in the darkness. Not a dream, not a memory, but radiation. High-energy cosmic rays pass through your skull, striking your retinas. You see it. You feel nothing. But inside, the damage is being done. Your DNA is breaking, piece by. Your cells are struggling to repair themselves. You are aging faster than you should. One of the most puzzling conditions is known as spaceflight-associated neuroocular syndrome, or SANS. Many astronauts return from space with blurred vision, even permanent changes to their eyesight. Scientists believe it's caused by fluid pressure inside the skull, pushing against the optic nerve. Since there's no way to relieve this pressure in space, astronauts simply have to endure it. But the effects of space aren't just physical. Isolation, disrupted sleep cycles, and the sheer mental strain of being in an enclosed space for months at a time takes a serious toll on the astronauts. No birds, no wind, just the low hum of the station and the steady rhythm of your own breath. Out here, your days blur together. Studies show that astronauts on long missions suffer from memory problems, slower reaction times, and increased stress levels. In deep space, where help is months or even years away, even minor mental health issues could become life-threatening. So if space is this dangerous, how can we ever hope to survive long-term missions to Mars or beyond? If humans want to settle on Mars or travel beyond our solar system, we'll need to overcome these challenges. Scientists are already working on ways to counteract the effects of microgravity. One solution is artificial gravity. Spaceships designed to spin, creating a force that mimics gravity. This could prevent muscle and bone loss, though building such a ship is a huge engineering challenge. There's also the question of how space travel affects our genes. The NASA twin study examined astronauts Scott and Mark Kelly, identical twins, one of whom spent a year in space while the other remained on Earth. When Scott returned, his gene expression had changed, showing signs that his body was actively trying to adapt to space. Could future generations of spaceborne humans evolve to survive in low gravity? Could they develop denser bones, stronger muscles, or even changes in brain function? It's a question we may one day have to answer. For now, every space mission brings us closer to understanding what it takes to survive beyond Earth. But one thing is clear. If we want to become an interplanetary species, we won't just need better technology. We may need to change what it means to be human.